Fantastic. And once more. All right, we should be good to go. one last mic check. Accuracy isn't quite where I'd like it, but I'm also confident, a few more songs in and then we should be good to go. Yeah. If not, at least we're playing. You can always stress about it, tomorrow. I'm just glad to be up and running after the weekend that I had. Absolutely fantastic weekend with Link Up. Just took a lot more energy out of me than I was expecting. No regrets, though. I mean, if anything, it's a lesson learned for what I might be going up against if I were to try to help run an event in the future. So, all good stuff. Hey, Early. Good morning. How goes it? Yeah, I saw the news about the trouble you're having with the pipe. That sounds awful. I hope everything's going okay. Yeah, maybe. Also, new overlay is in the works. I wish I could get a little bit more room for chat, but yeah, sure. Let me warm up a little bit more, just because it's a 10, and it's not super hard. Like, it's almost an 11. It's a really annoying chart. Like, it's not even technical. It's just, but yeah, let me warm up a little bit more first, and then, yeah, I'll get up and running. Yeah, I was debating shrinking 2DX, but it's either that or I potentially crop some of 2DX, but the thing is that I want my playfield, I want the pacemakers, and ideally I'd also like one frame of the video open, because I've got 4 frames of video, potentially. But the lower left one has the judge counter on it. And if I've got pacemaker, that means it's the upper left one, so that covers left, center, and right. So unless I were to shrink the entire game space, then it's gonna not only shrink the notes, it's gonna shrink the video, or I can keep them full size and have chat small, relatively speaking, and usually my chat isn't that fast-paced, so but I figure we'll try this out, see how it works. And good morning, Sparko! Yeah, best of luck on the front lines today. It is terrifying out there. Stay safe. Hey, Twally. Good morning. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining me this Monday morning. Also appreciate the efforts that I know all of you made over the weekend with Link Up. Absolutely fantastic event. Really looking forward to seeing the second half this coming weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Excellent. Got a minor raise there. I want to run that back. I'm going to play something, and then I'm going to come back to that. Because I want to get that full combo, because I know we can get that. But in the meantime, yeah, nice little raise there. Good stuff. Yeah, I can see we've got a couple other people tuning in. As always, welcome. Happy Monday. Thank you for making me part of your day. See, now I'm just thinking about the new apple that's coming out. I think it's called a Cosmic Delicious, if I remember correctly. It's a variant of the Red Delicious, but it has like a year-long shelf life. I just remembered I need to update Nightbot. There we go. Good stuff. Also, goodbye. Alright, onwards and upwards. Let's play one more song before we run back to Make It Bounce. Let's see if we can get the FC on this. Sorry for the delay there, just had a little bit more editing to the channel post being in link up that needed doing. God, I'm so grateful to Storm League and the Georgia Music Game Group. Event has been phenomenal. Good stuff. I really do like Soda's newer material recently. Destination, Refractive Index, just phenomenal. Alright, we'll retry and Make It Bounce, and then we gotta move on from sevens, because I do want to have fun today, but I also don't want to take it entirely, like, easy the entire time, so... Whoops, didn't mean to complete that mission, but that's alright. Not doing any bits boosting for at least another day, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. I know a lot of you have me on radio mode this morning, you know, as per usual. Doesn't make me appreciate you any less, though. Thanks for making me part of your day, and I hope everyone's weekend has been wonderful, and the week is off to a good start for everyone. no FC, but we're performing pretty consistently, which I'm very happy for. Alright, onwards and upwards. Yeah. Yeah, it kinda does, actually. A little bit of a millennial fare as well, too. I never played Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger, but I have played both of them in their entirety on piano. Great stuff. Some of Mitsuda's best work. Hey, Burkant! Happy Monday, how goes it? Alright, last 8, then we'll move on to 9s. We'll do like 2 9s, and then we'll move on to 10s. And then we have a request for Nisok's Another, which will be hilarious. And at that point, we might be due for a stretch break, but cross the bridges as we get to them.
Don't you remember our love? Please come on and more and more. When I was feeling something, I do a bottle side. Only I knew it. wanting to be with you, but I couldn't share my feelings, not yet. Now I'm walking on the beach, and I am wearing my white cotton dress. It's giving me a rhythm, a sign that some warm me up like a kiss. Take my hand. Don't you remember our love? Please come mine and one more time. Tell me about your dream. It's all I'm telling you mine. The sweet smell of mixing in the freaks made me so happy. So let's dance and sing together all night long. The time we spend in love is really special. You know I'm never ready for anything now. I'm so glad I could share my true feelings with
Timing still feels just a little bit weird, but it could just be me. Could have been the soft land. I'm not 100% sure. Love that song though. Absolutely, Sparko. Yo, can do. Glad to hear your Monday is going well, Burkamp.
remember our love. Please come mine and one more time. Tell me about
Let's be a hair ambitious, shall we? Something feels a hair off, so we might need to nudge our blue number just one more time. Hey, Mira! Good morning! Or, for you, I should say, good afternoon. Yeah, how goes it? Ugh. I am extremely sorry to hear that you have to deal with the data cap. Just, ugh. As someone that works in telecommunications and is an advocate for better pricing practices by big telco companies, yeah, I don't get political about a lot of stuff, but if you want to quickly raise my blood pressure or get me ranting, ask me about telcos. Best of luck with that, Sparko. Also, Mira, so I'm testing a possible new overlay, and there are three things that fit really well in the middle divider for the two play lanes. The percentage, the groove gauge, and some wonderful artwork. Like, it is a pixel perfect fit. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. Am I going crazy that I'm adjusting my blue number in the wrong direction? I think I might be. Is it a lower... It's lower blue number for more lates, or is it lower blue number if you have more lates? Yeah, so if I'm getting too many lates and I want more fast judgments, I should be moving the number higher, right? Yeah, early. There's a lot of people asking for a just data plan. Like, I get if it's quote-unquote a phone, needing to make sure it can dial 911, like that I completely get. So like still having a DID, a phone number, that can potentially receive calls for the sake of emergency reasons, that I get. But then beyond that, yeah, just do data. Okay, thank you. Yeah, for some reason I had it in my head the other way. Yeah, but the PC technically isn't a phone. Like, part of it is also like federal guidelines, like the way that they were trying to strong arm having radio transmitters still be included in smartphones. And it wasn't so that, you know, you could get radio stations, but rather in case of an emergency, it can still pick up broadcasts on like a local level. So, like, I do wish there was a phone plan where you have a SIM card that can connect to cell services. It has a DID for the sake of making emergency calls, like 911, but otherwise it is restricted to just data. Oh, I mean, there's a reason why they charged for it. Because they could. I mean, granted, in the early days of cell phone, because the infrastructure in the US is not that great. Like, yes, the fact that a lot of the companies in the US specifically split their business so that they don't compete with one another, so then they can have in practice monopolies. Yes, that's a separate topic. That aside, though, like infrastructure in the US is garbage. And when things were first getting deployed, like when cable internet was still getting properly organized, when cell phone structure was still getting built, there was a need to potentially charge for texting and the types of talk. Now that things are better and data quite literally is cheaper, that's why unlimited text and talk is kind of a standard now, and now they're trying to cramp on data. But part of it is also it's because it's the fancy thing that consumers want. Charge for what people want, you know? Oh, bother, I just realized my alert box might not be working correctly. So first off, thank you, Mira, for the gift sub. And after this song, I'm going to quickly duck into OBS to check those settings. Yeah, I might have forgotten to change my alert box settings after the charity, so we will fix that in a moment. Thank you so much, Mira. Cheers, Sparko. Best of luck on the front lines. Hey, Alessio! How goes it? Alright, we are going to be very, adventurous. We are going to Alt-Tab Infinitas. There we go. Yeah, there's a function in Twitch called Teams, but to make a team, someone has to be a Twitch partner, and yeah, that's gonna be a journey for someone. Yeah, if that wasn't the case, I would have been all over that already. So, a lot of you know that, you know, while complete kudos to Kim and everyone in Storm League and the Georgia Music Group for making Link Up just happen. Like, Early's been whispering about doing an event like that for a while, and a lot of you know I've been wanting to do an event like that for a while. I've also been trying to research how to better organize a lot of the people that do stream music games, and there's a couple projects that I'm actually almost done with that might make that happen. So, ears to the ground, and we'll see what happens. Alright. Last time we play Journey. Promise. Well, at least for now, anyways. Yeah, so with partner, the big barrier is you maintain an average view count of 75. It is a massive jump. Alright, it is an hour in. We're just about due for a stretch trade, but I do want to play 2 10s first, and one of them is going to be knee socks for early. So yeah, not gonna lie, that was a little rougher than usual, but yeah, we still hard cleared and got an A. Good stuff. Yeah, Tawali, it was funny because before I became affiliate, like when I first started, I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna get the consistent view count. I think it's like 5, and I knocked that out of the park. And for like 4 months, I was at like 40 followers, and you need 50. And I never pushed for it because I'm like, yeah, I'll get it eventually. I'm not in a hurry. And then the thing that really motivated it for me was when lots of people started tuning in and requesting songs. It's like, okay, I really want channel points because that'll make requests a lot easier to manage. And it was only then I was like, hey, can I have some follows, please? And like, it happened immediately. Yeah, affiliate is really just, hey, do you stream consistently? And as a result, do you have people that show up? That's really all there is to it. Like, consistency is the biggest thing. Like, if you say, I'm going to stream on these days at this time, even if it's just twice a week for an hour each session, if you keep hitting that mark, you know, the algorithm will push you to people because it knows, oh, hey, this is a reliable source. Push them. The same thing with YouTube. That's why with all of my replays, I have them upload. I have them scheduled to go live at the same time every day, one a day, so that the channel is always getting content. It's the same idea. for a split second early, I'm like, oh, did us talking about that just summon a spam bot? Well played. So, by the way, so the singles, another really fun chart, or so I've been told. From what I can see, it looks fun. The doubles, another is annoying, which is another reason that led me to not like Nisaks a whole lot for various reasons. Also doesn't help for a lot of AC 8th Dan courses, it's the first song. So it would be play Nisaks, play something else, fail third song, rinse and repeat over and over and over, and I'd have to play Nisaks over and over and over, and just... Like, I've passed it with an A before, but A, my timing is still a little off, and B, just thinking about all those times I failed that song over and over and over, just... To be fair, though, as an opener for 8th Dan, it is perfect. Like, in terms of, like, what that course is asking of you, it is a perfect fit. So, no grudge there. And, early, more than welcome for the request. So, we're going to take a quick stretch break, and then, once we get our timing sorted out, I'm actually going to replay Nisaks on either normal or hyper, because the song is really cute, and I kind of want to actually hear it properly, and, you know, not me mashing my way through it. Alright, see all of you in 120 seconds. All right. Let's see. So for Cleone, it is in terms of Corsuke's first entry into 2DX. I do want to do something that's a little on the nose for timing, just to put those demons 100% to rest. Then we'll probably check out Cleone, and then we'll go back to Nisox.
I feel them raising more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance.
If I remember correctly, Denpa is named after, it's nicknamed after a frequency. The idea that, like, people who are, like, losing their mind or, like, going they have paranoia, and they, like, you know, wear tinfoil hats and all that. It's that frequency. And the idea of Denpa is that the vocalist is, you know, kind of cutesy, but also, like, you know, they're a little off balance as well, and that's what drives the vocals. So it's a lot of Denpa is not so much the actual musical background and more the vocalist and them sounding like a slightly over the top kind of cartoon character, I guess. It's why Mermaid Girl is kind of like a forerunner for Denpa. And that's also my main issue with Denpa, because I'm not a fan of not so much the fact that it sounds cute, but that it warbles kind of on-off key, or not quite hitting the note accurately. That's more what bothers me about it. Like, with some of the newer Denpa songs, or Denpa-like songs, where they don't have that off-key stuff, I actually really like them. For example, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but let's see. Like, I actually really like this song, because, like, the vocalist, they're a hair off key, like, once, but that's it. It's not all over the place and, like, super cartoony. So, anyways, one more timing check, and then we'll dive into the requests. Also, Misu, happy Monday! Thank you for tuning in. How goes it? And we are still too early, so once again, we will poke our blue number, get things squared away. Oof, 30-0. Yeah, that. Oh, Sono's perfect math class. Oh, Toho. It's actually funny because I'm a fan of shmups, and for about, like, I want to say it was like 7 years, I played Toho games. Like, I have physical copies of them. Like, I bought them online. Had no idea about all of the memes, the fan-made anime, the music. No idea. I just dodged dots. And Azure, which most of you know, who's a friend of mine that also stops by on the stream, like, we were hanging out, because this was back when I kind of ran an arcade out of my house, and Azure visited every weekend. And Azure was always on his laptop playing, like, this really good music. Like, I could tell it was, like, a similar artist, and I'm like, what is that? And it's like, oh, it's Toho. And I'm like, what is that? He's like, you play it. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, those are, like, anime songs, right? Yeah, that was a revelation. This should be the last adjustment. Fingers crossed. Just, I don't understand what happened. Like, I know we alt-tabbed earlier, but that was a while ago, so things should have resettled long by now. And, like, in terms of, like, talking about Toho, like, I do think the fan base and, like, what they do is incredible. Nothing against it. I find it humorous that for years I had no idea that the music and the Danmaku series I played were related, because I always just heard the originals. I never went online to try to find remixes or anything. Oh, nice, Misu. Congrats. What? Out of curiosity, what was the issue? Wow, 4th style? I could have sworn this was 5th. Alright. So, let's hope timing stays as it is and I don't continue to go crazy over it. Let's enjoy some classic Horse K. Yeah, much obliged for the request. Well, I think the timing is all set. Also, in regards to unlocking songs, I have no problem if a song gets requested and I don't have any difficulty on it unlocked, I'll then grab the normal, just for the sake of, hey, if someone wants to hear a song, I then got it at the ready. Like, I am prioritizing trying to do 10s and 11s for newer unlocks that I'm picking, but when it comes to requests, if I've got the bits and I don't have it on any difficulty, no problem at all grabbing the normal. Never a problem. Yeah, thank you for the kudos. Oh. Oh god, so it wasn't even like Windows holding on to bad drivers, but bad registry entries? Oh, that sounds awful. Hey, Kawachi! Happy Monday! And I like that request. Just to get a little more specific, what about doubles specifically do you want to explore? Just like doubles in general, or a certain mechanic in doubles, like a certain like chart gimmick that happens? If anything comes to mind, let me know. Otherwise, one thing I can recommend is Night Sky, because aside from turntable juggles, it goes through like every typical charting mechanic that you encounter as well. But I'm also happy to do Diver Norner if you want to just hear that in general too. So up next we've got a classic. Let's just toss that in chat so everyone can have it at the ready for singing along, if they feel like it. And I think after this, we'll revisit Knee Socks on Not Another, and then we'll continue with the requests.
ひらりはらりと乱れまい今宵咲きます一輪の花聞いてくださいダダダダダダダダダ飛び交う視線ロックして変貌CM で打ち抜いた衝動その間わずか 0.23 秒歯向かうすべはないまさに先行いっそ花になってちょいなって夜になって踊れ花になってちょいなって夜になって踊れ花になってちょいなって夜になって踊れ花になってちょいなって夜になって大体なんだかんだ来る絶頂歯止めは聞かず興奮と熱狂ぶっ飛ぶやつかけてよ DJ 目の前急に地獄のダンスホーI love that song. The jacks on the Another, ooh, they are delightful. Yeah, more than welcome. Thank you for the requests. Yeah, I'm really bad about individually thanking requests, but most of you know that. And I encourage you to yell at me about it. Alright, so up next, yeah, we've got request from Kawachi for showing doubles charts. Before that though, I did a while back say I was going to revisit Knee Socks, so let's quickly do that. And then we'll jump into Night Sky and Chrono Diver.
pretty good. Timing still feels a little weird, but at this point, I'm just like, how much of it is me, how much of it is client? Hat. Oh, Misu, I have not heard that anime in quite some time. Not really a fan of it. The music, on the other hand, though, oh my god, the music in that show is just fantastic. Thank you, Mira, for the kudos. All right. So, on to Kawachi's requests. So, in regards to doubles charting, I've always mentioned that there's a fair amount of either automation or you recognize a pattern and you just kind of do it. Whether that's you realize it's kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, you know, the drum line. And so you're just doing that and focusing on the other hand, which likely has the melody or something more complex. But a lot of times it's also a case of, oh, I just did a trill on 3 and 5 for 4 notes, and then I did a trill on right on 3 and 5 for 4 notes, and I can see there's another trill coming up on left on like 2-4. So more than likely, it's going to go to 2-4 on right. Like, you get an idea of what overarching patterns might be for the next few measures, and that helps you parse what's incoming. And Night Sky goes through a lot of those kinds of different patterns. It also does a lot of stuff like kick snare on one hand while the other hand does melody. Or one hand has repeated jacks while the other hand has notes on the same time as the jacks, but it moves around. So like left hand could be 1-1-1-1-1, and right hand goes 1-3-5-3 in the exact same time. Or you have charge notes and then doing something. Like it goes through a lot of the typical patterns you'll see, but it goes through all of them really quickly. Like it is basically a showcase of what to expect in doubles. The only thing that Night Sky doesn't really do is turntable juggling, which is something that's really specific to doubles, but we can do a song with that later. We fumbled the full combo, but that's okay. I full comboed it tons of times before Infinitas, so not heartbroken. Hey, Kawachi, thank you for the host and for the request. Yeah, air swimming is, yeah, you were, Tawali, you were mentioning that, the turntable juggling, I believe you said it's, Japanese players that call it, air swimming. And, if you look at the, hand camera for a moment, you know, doing that kind of motion quickly for hitting a key turntable and then vice versa, yeah, it's a good nickname for it. Yeah, like, I'm not surprised, because it's apt. Like, it fits. So. And up next, we've got Chrono Diver Nornir. Chrono Diver. It's a good song. It just... because it gets matched up against Chrono Diver Fragment, I feel like Nornir doesn't get played a lot, just because... like, yeah, it's an 8.5 out of 10, but the song that it's paired with is like a 9.5. You know, so it's less that Nornir is bad, and more that, holy crap, Fragment is just divine. Oh, we should totally be able to bump this up to an A. Fingers crossed. Ooh. That stings, Kawachi. -1s always hurt the most. Aside from the -1, how'd the rest of your session go? I'm hoping it went well. Nope, that opening was terrible. That was bad enough that I actually want to redo it. That was awful on my part. Oh man, those drum rolls were awful on my part. For some reason, I just couldn't properly get on sync with them. I was always just like a 16th note behind. Oh, we got a raise though, and we were able to get the A. So there's that. Yeah, the rivalries that like early Sparko, Mira, like you guys are all constantly trading scores, and you love to see it. And before I forget, Kawachi, thank you for the request. I haven't played that in forever, and we were able to bump it up to an A. So thank you. But talking about rivals, yes, I do make the joke that, oh, you know, I'm forever alone. I'm never going to have, you know, rivals to score trade with, because everyone that seems to play doubles is either already doing 12s on EX bar or they're just starting out. There's no one in the middle. But in all seriousness, like, I've been doing the solo grind for, like, over a decade now. So I'm kind of used to it. It's also why I'm such a stickler for when people are like, oh, I don't know what I should play. I'm always just like, kill your no plays. Play the songs you don't want to play, because I've had to force myself to do that, because otherwise I have no idea what to do for trying to improve. And yeah, I made up asking people to play doubles if they don't already have a second controller or they don't have access to a machine or something similar. I would never realistically ask that of someone. That's why I'm always like, hey, you should try doubles if you can. But I'm never like, you need to play doubles. Why aren't you playing doubles? I'm never ever going to be like that, because it is an incredible ask. Like, hey, you should check out this music game and maybe get a controller for it. Yeah, sure. Hey, you should check out this music game and maybe buy 2 controllers. Ooh, Nemesis. Ooh. Very, very difficult song. I think I played it during my set for Link Up. Just absolutely brutal. Do we have the normal? We don't. And not gonna lie, I really don't feel like getting destroyed by the hyper right now, because it is not a 10. Both the first song and the second song are 11s. Just nightmares, the both of them. We should be able to EX this? Maybe? Let's see what happens. So, Jin, one of the Kaidens that streams doubles pretty frequently, also really friendly. Like, they made a point of checking out my streams a couple of times and trying to, you know, cheer me on. Recently, they full comboed every 10 in arcade. Nemesis was one of the last ones they got. The patterns on it are just so weird. Yeah, true. It doesn't yeah, the difficulty of what I'm playing doesn't immediately get shown. So part of the reason I've got it the way I do is once we get to the result screen, it'll make a little more sense. So, the fact that while I'm playing a song, it doesn't show the difficulty, valid. The completely valid feedback, and I actually didn't realize I lost that. But you'll notice right now, everything about the song I just played is visible. So if, let's say, this was a new 11 that I cleared, and I'm uploading that clip to YouTube or highlighting it on Twitch, I don't have to change overlays, I don't have to grab a screenshot of just the game and then overlay it in the video. Everything's there. It's got the song title and everything. Like, that's why chat's on the right-hand side, so that it doesn't cover up any of my groove gauge or the letter grade. And the hand camera, I have it up higher because then the song title is at the bottom on the result screen. So, I used to have it so that the hand camera was completely at the bottom, and then my alert box, like the so-and-so donated, would appear above it. I flipped them because if someone were to like cheer or whatever, it's only going to show up temporarily and then go away. And then meanwhile, I've got chat where it is, so that way it's not covering up the letter grade or anything on the left. And where it is on the right, it doesn't cover up any of the pacemaker. So during the song, I can see my pacemaker just fine. I'm trying to get a setup so that if, let's say, I get a good score or something, I don't have to do anything to for when I go to upload it or highlight it later. But it does mean I have to fight for every little bit of space I have. Like, one thing I changed recently was, since I have the hand camera all the way up, it's technically covering the percentage on the groove gauge, which is why I now have that little bit of overlay. If you look right now, you can see just below where it says the 12, it's got a little bit of the clear rate text, which is normally much lower. I've actually got it superimposed higher, so that, when I'm playing, the number's visible. But the one thing I missed was in-game or in-song where it's covering up what chart and level the current song is. So that's something I can fix. Appreciate that. That's out of everything I triple checked for, that's actually something I missed, and I actually do want to get that. So let me quickly make a note of that. All right. So the chat window, it's a bit smaller, but I figure if people are live, like if they're here with me when I'm streaming, they're going to have Twitch open, so they're going to be seeing chat separate anyways. And it's really just for posterity's sake if someone's watching a replay on YouTube or something similar. And I've also got it on the other side, so that way the video in the upper left is completely uncovered, so that there's always the complete video, at least, you know, that's visible on doubles anyway, always visible as well. Yeah, I've still got a couple other changes I want to make in terms of some of the stuff that's in the text at the top. But I think the only other thing that I'm majorly missing is that in-game little bar that says, you know, I'm playing at normal 7. So alright, enough chatter. Back to failing. And once again, thank you everybody for tuning in and making me part of your day. I hope the start of your week is going well.
Is there life beyond our time? What do you believe? They are determined to find an answer, but not all has been accounted Let's go!
One of these days I'll FC that. I've FC'd it pre-Infinitas, it's just annoying that I've multiple times gotten a single CB on it. So one more song and then we'll take a break. And we've got a request. Let's see. I know it's in Spada. Oh, okay. Yeah, that song. Yeah, we can definitely play that. Thank you for the request, Koachi. I'm a little disappointed we couldn't get that to a double A, but managing to still raise that? Yeah, we'll happily take that. Thank you for the request, Kawachi. So, at this point, I'm going to take a quick stretch break. I invite you to do the same. Get up, walk around a little, grab some water. But either way, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm also going to restart client. And then, yeah, we'll have one more hour of 2DX. I do want to wrap up on time, so I'm going to be pretty strict about being wrapped up by 11. So, alright, I will see all of you wonderful folks in 2 minutes. Yeah, no worries, Burkant. It's okay. Sometimes when I go to take a break, it can sound like we're wrapping up for the day. So I don't blame you for potentially being confused. It's one of the reasons why I kind of stress over and over, be back in 2 minutes. See you all in 2 minutes, just that way. Anyone that's kind of new to the stream and doesn't know I take those breaks knows that we're still going to be streaming. That's actually one other thing I'm working on with the overlay, is having a taking a break screen and a timer, just so that if anyone doesn't have ads, because I do also, while I'm taking that break, roll ads, knows that I'm going to be coming back. Alright, so we did just restart client. And because Infinitas has been a little picky recently, let's triple check that everything is okay timing-wise. So the timing did change a little, but not too much. We're off by 1. All right, good. Good. And once again, to everybody that's tuned in, whether you're active in chat or you've just got me on in the background, thank you. Appreciate you making me part of your day. And I hope your day and the start of your week is going well. Yeah, Mira, I am happy to play that. Yeah, thank you for requesting it. There's some songs that I try not to overplay. This is one of them, because, yeah, I will default to this in a heartbeat. Absolutely love this song. Got a little careless towards the end and almost failed it, but yeah, we got on our feet. Hey, best of luck in Call of Duty, Kawachi. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, much obliged for the excuse to play that song by Nekomata Mira. I actually try to not play it because I know I have a history of overplaying it in the past, especially when it first came out. Oof. I played this song to death. Yeah, a lot of really good songs coming out for April. Like for me, nothing that I'm like super excited for, but that doesn't change that they're all amazing songs, and I know that a lot of them, for some players, they're like really personal faves, especially Rizlam Remix and Nebula Grasper. I know a lot of people really, for some people, they're like some of their all-time faves. So, exciting month. Speaking of overplaying songs, can you guess what we're gonna play next? I love this song, and I'm really hoping that we get invitation from Mr. C. Invitation from Mr. C. Because I love that song. But if I remember correctly, that it first came out as like a preview in Copula, but then it's in Cinebuzz, so it's kind of a weird one. Hey Azure, happy Monday! Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm testing out a possible new overlay layout. It's similar to what I used for Link Up, but I've been wanting to make a lot of these changes for a while, and Link Up was just kind of the kick in the pants I needed to get it done. But I edited the artwork in terms of trimming out some of the extra white space around the borders potentially, and it is a pixel perfect fit for that center bar. Like, it's actually not stretched or skewed at all. It's so hilariously on the nose. I'm really amused by it.
And start mixing.
I love that song. Just a big fan of Seashow's style overall. Just very sassy. Yes, I did ask for a couple of minor edits, mainly the hair color, which Alessio very graciously provided. But aside from that, the only changing I did is just zooming in a little bit, basically, or more specifically, just cropping out some of the natural white border that was there. And I'm actually really happy that without needing to stretch or skew it, because it's a small image natively to begin with, that it happens to fit in the divider perfectly. Yeah, speaking of the artwork, one of the changes that I'm going to be making. So there's still a bunch of stuff I'm going to be changing about the overlay. So up above 2DX, like there's those two areas of text. Like there's the one on the left that mentions the list command, and then there's the one in the middle that mentions, today's focus is having fun. Similar to what I did with link up, I do want them to cycle. Not nearly as fast as I had with link up, just because I know that's attention grabbing. But one of the things I do want to have it cycle to is, to thank you, Alessio, for the artwork, and have a command to toss the link to their gallery in chat, and a couple of other things like that. Today I'm just making sure it works, and I don't have everyone in chat screaming at me, "Oh God, this is awful, change it back." So far, so good. So. Let's play something else and then replay that, because I'm confident I can bump that up to a double A.
Let's rock it.
Alright, before we revisit Zephyrantes, the timing demons visit again. Sanity check. Yeah, I thought so. There's that suspicion confirmed. I wonder. So I used to there's that trick that Early mentioned about changing the Infinitas' process to real time, and I found that that was a little too aggressive. But I'm wondering if when everything changed with Infinitas about a week ago, if things changed so that I need that back on, because I found it worked for a while, and then it was actually too aggressive and I had to turn it off. I wonder if that's the case now. Something to explore. I have a feeling I might need to alter client a little bit, because it's definitely slipping over time. It's not quite mid-song, but it's definitely over the course of the session, which usually doesn't happen. I was planning on streaming for another half hour, but I've actually got some back pain that's like really starting to kick in for some reason. That combined with a possible trouble with client, I think we'll wrap up now. Not before Final Incandescence, though. We've got standards here. But yeah, I'm confident that it's likely... I'm not too worried about the timing shifts now that I'm remembering that I might need to put real-time back on. Because the recent changes, you know, all the driver updates because of Doom Eternal, and also me tweaking my overlay might be affecting it. So I'm confident I'll easily fix it. I'm not too concerned. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be it for today. Wrapping up a little early, but had a great session this morning. And again, I'm really grateful for all of the people that, you know, showed up, said hi this morning. Again, having company while I'm practicing, and also knowing a lot of the people that are in chat are people that are more actively playing or encouraging each other, partly in thanks to some of what I do. It's more than what I hoped for when I started streaming. So again, thank you everyone. To everybody that's lurking, you know that I love you and appreciate you. And to all of those wonderful folks in chat, thank you, specifically early, and hope that issue with the plumbing gets fixed sooner than later. Sparko, best of luck on the front lines out there. Tuwali, Burkant, Mida and Alessio, thank you both. And Mida for the gift subs. Thank you so much. Misu and Azure, I hope all of you have a wonderful day. But for right now, let's triple check to see if there's anyone we can raid. And you know what? So I normally don't jump to people that aren't streaming Bimani, but it looks like Kawachi is actually streaming. So let's go see how their kill streak is going in Call of Duty, shall we? Be nice to say hi. All right, until next time, which will be tomorrow morning. So until then, cheers, everybody, and thank you.